like the pop out. Let me get the pop out. Work with me here, computer. Come on. Pop out chat. There we go. There we go. Okay. Click on this. I'm sure down on the link. I can barely breathe. God help me. Those were two cats. They jiggled my stand. Oh, I need to do something else. Trying to get this going. Oh. Okay. Me trying to like do two things, like a bunch of stuff at once, so it's not exactly easy. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. It's not going. My PC is just messing up. Like, it's not showing me, Book Buster. Hey, welcome. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my very first live stream. Woohoo! So, I did a poll on Twitter on if I should do this. And it actually resulted in like 4 different polls because of if I should do it, what time, what day, and how often. So yeah, it got picked for me to do it, obviously, and for me to sorry, I'm getting distracted here. For me to do it on Thursdays, for me to do it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and for me to do it once every 2 weeks. So, I swear, my cats are trying to start a fire. They keep jiggling my lights, so if I randomly just start screaming, you won't know why. Okay, so I said that we should do kind of like a Q&A type deal, and hold on, I'm trying to get this up. I'm trying not to jiggle my computer too much for you all, because I know how annoying that is. So if y'all have any questions about my writing, my my current gosh, everything looks different on the PC. Okay, so yeah, if y'all have any questions, I am actually I put up a FAQ section in my website, so I'm just gonna be answering those as well, because those are just this is gonna sound really, really stupid, but it's like it's the common questions that authors get asked all the time. So if y'all click computer, so if y'all have any questions for me about my writing. I need to get my phone off. I'm gonna turn off Twitter notifications right now, because I do not need that going off while I'm doing this. Okay, there we go. It's off. So, if y'all have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'll answer them. I did get one. I gotta get my phone out. That is hilarious. I gotta get my phone out again, because someone asked me something um, on Instagram, and I'm trying to get it up. Nourishing Hearts said, what/who is your greatest writing inspiration? Is it a life experience, an author, etc., etc.? So, I don't really know. My writing inspiration, I don't know if I really have that. It, like, um, oh gosh. I know like some people have like favorite authors that they look up to. And I guess I have that. I have Carolyn Keene, who wrote the Nancy Drew books, and Suzanne Collins. I always get those two mixed up. Collins or Collins. She wrote the Hunger Games books, and Colleen Houck, who wrote the Tiger's Curse series. Those are a few people that I really, look up to in my writing. So yeah, I guess that answers that question. Um, so how is everyone doing today or tonight? Time zones mess me up, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me answer a couple of questions here on my website. When did you write your I can't talk tonight. When did you write your first book, Keep Her Safe? I wrote it back in, actually I just uploaded a video today explaining, actually no, yeah, today. Sorry, I'm getting off stuff. I had a huge problem with that stinking video. So, oh my gosh. So I actually uploaded a video today. It explains more in depth about Keep Her Safe and everything. But yeah, I started Keep Her Safe originally in 2015 for NaNoWriMo. For those of you who don't know, it stands for National Novel Writing Month. You have to write 50,000 words in the month of November. I did, and in 2015, that is when I wrote Keep Her Safe. So yeah, and that was a hard time because something happened and I stayed up all night. Like, I'm not even joking, all night. Next one is, when did you write your second book, Marshall vs. Marshall? I wrote it the next year for NaNoWriMo in 2016, and right now it's not done yet, because I decided on adding more to the story, but it is roughly around 58,000 words. I'm aiming to about 60 to 62,000, somewhere around there. So yeah, and yeah. There's something else I was gonna say about that, but I can't remember. Who created your cover for Keep Her Safe? I created that cover. I actually took a picture with my iPhone when I was on my way to church, and it was really, really foggy, and I just took a picture of the highway. And I didn't even realize that it could be potentially into my cover. You can go to my website and look at it if you all want to. And honestly, sorry, I used a website called PicMonkey, and funny name, but I used that and I put that picture in there. And if you look closely at the cover, you can plainly see a road, but it divides. It goes into a fork. And if you look closely, there's two cars, but it's the same car. I used PicMonkey and the effects that I could do to it to make it mirror the picture, and it looks like it's a fork in the road. And I actually kind of like that, but then I kind of used other things that changed, like the color of it and all that, and the text and everything looks amazing. But I know I am nowhere near um capable, I guess, for creating a professional book cover because I already have a few in mind, and I can't do that. So I'm like, okay, somebody else do it for me. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. When I get published, I'll, have some ideas. Next one is, can I interview you for my podcast and or YouTube channel? Yes, you can. You can private message me on Twitter, or you can email me at LizzieMurphy251@gmail.com. It's all on my website if you want to do that. So, yeah. Which POV, point of view, do you like writing in, James or Megan? I actually honestly like writing in both because I love writing in James's point of view because he's one of my favorite characters. Granted, I created him, so I probably should. But I also love writing in Megan. It's just, and I love it when I get them two together, in flashbacks and in flashbacks and everything because it is amazing and I love it. How long did it take you to write Keep Her Safe? Uh, I would say about 3 years, but I did take breaks. So, I mean, there were there were a couple months in there where I didn't work on it. But I'm not really counting the breaks, I'm just counting everything, so it was about 3 years. How long did it take you to write Marshall versus Marshall? Well, as I said before, I'm not quite done with it yet, but it did take me about, 20, 25 days to get to 50,100 something for Marshall versus Marshall. It was I ended NaNoWriMo in 2016, 3 to 4 days before it ended. So that was amazing. I shocked myself. It's like I can't believe I did that. How long have you been playing drums? Uh I have been playing drums since I was 8. My brother taught me to play when he got his drum set, and we've just been playing together. And some of you may know I play drums at my church. My brother is the worship uh, pastor there, so that is fun. We actually were a band. Me, my brother, my sister, and a friend of ours. We were a band for about 3 years. 2 or 3 years, yeah. And it was just really cool. I think the most we would play was about 200 people, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, we played in front of about 200 people, and I was 13 when I started the band, so I was I was pretty bad at drums. Like I wasn't bad, it's just I don't like how I sounded back then. I like how I sound now. But I guess everybody says that in everything they do. Ugh. Um that's much just for me. But how long have you been playing video games? Since I was 8, my brother, who taught me how to play drums, taught me how to play Halo Combat Evolved, and I got hooked on it and playing ever since. Now, every time there is a new Halo game comes out, my brother and I play the campaign together. um, how long have you been a vegan? For those of you who don't know, a vegan is a vegetarian who does not eat dairy or eggs. Um, so I've been a vegetarian for about, oh gosh, since I was about 7 or 8, and I've been not eating dairy for about almost 2 years, somewhere around there. I am lactose intolerant, so I do not necessarily have a choice in that matter. So yeah, that's always fun. Is Keep Her Safe the first title you came up with? Actually, no. I originally my book was titled His Last Goodbye, and even before I wrote the book, the title was His Last Goodbye because I knew, if you all watched my video today, I explained how it came, how my book came to be, and it seemed like a good fit to me, but it was kind of the more as the years went on, I was like, I kind of like it, but it doesn't seem like it's a good title, but it doesn't seem like it's the best one it could be. So but it was his last goodbye until, from 2015 to mid 2017. So then I wrote down three. I looked through my book and looked for key points from the book, and it's like, okay, so which one of these could potentially be a title of the book? And I found three options, and I showed somebody in my family. I think it was my mom. And I said, okay, which one? And she said, why don't you change one word in this one? And I said, okay. And then she said, keep her safe. So originally it was keep Danny safe, but it is now keep her safe, which I love the title. It fits the book perfectly. I don't know if agents, when I start querying, will agree with me on that one. They may decide to change the title. I don't know what happened. So next, my back hurts. I was wanting to talk about our WIPs, or work in progress, and so yeah. Well, tell me all about your WIP, and if you all need help, you know, we can all help each other out by giving you just some ideas. I'll start with my first. This is actually a really funny story. I first, for months, was stumped. I was like, okay, I want to create something different. I don't want to always be in keep her safe realm of, of stories and stuff like that. I wanted to create something new, but I was stumped as to what it could be. So I, so I, suddenly, strangest of places, while I'm doing school, while I'm sitting there doing history, suddenly, boom, pops in my head. Stalker! Yay! Okay, so it's like, okay, I didn't know anything else. I just knew it was going to be a stalker type book. I'm like, okay, great. So then, of course, a little bit later that same day, I was doing science. And it's like, then I was just reading something, or answering a question or something. And of course, I get another idea for a spy type book. I love spies, and there's a Nancy Drew game where it's a spy, and it's one of my favorite games. And it's also, for those of you who remember, Spy Kids. That I loved those movies when I was a kid. I still do. But anyway, and then later on that same day, another idea popped in my head. War. So, so I have all these ideas popping in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I had to pick one. And while I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a stalker book, because that was the first one I decided on. That was the first one that popped in my head. So I started planning my book. I looked up stalkers on the internet, and I got a little creeped out by reading stuff. Yeah. So then it was just, but then another idea popped in my head. I'm like, ugh, fine. So then I wrote it down. Of course, you don't want to forget it. So it was about like an abusive boyfriend. It was a boyfriend abusing his girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll write that down. So I did, and it crossed my mind. I can make it into I can make all this into two. I can make uh an abusive boyfriend and a stalker in one book. Like, okay, no, because I want to do multiple books. So then, of course, I started writing the book, and I got to around 600 words, and and I just had writer's, I just didn't feel a drive to write. So then, of course, it was just, yesterday though, I was at a place that did not have Wi-Fi, but I had my computer. So I started writing and writing and writing, and somehow now, let me look. I have my computer here. Right now, I'm at 30. No, not 30. Sorry, 300. What? Oh my gosh, 3,151 words. Let me remind you, I was at 600 yesterday, and I got to 3,151 words within about an hour and a half. I never do that. I never do that. Oh my gosh. So it was just really weird, and it was just really great, but then something weird happened. As I'm writing, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because how I'm describing things, I'm like, I knew the book was going to start out after this guy cheated on his girlfriend. That's the stalker book. I wrote that down. It was going to be, however so much time passed, but I want it to still be, I want it to be soon after this guy cheated on his girlfriend and broke her heart. So then I'm like, okay. But then I started writing. I'm like, this is not, this is going a little bit deeper than a guy cheating on his girlfriend would, like, I made the dad totally ticked off. I'm like, yeah, the dad would be ticked off, but I made him like really ticked off. And I'm like, what am I doing? But I kept writing. I'm like, okay, well. So, are you all a plotter, a plotzer, or a planner? I might get those all mixed up because those words mess me up all the time. But a planner, obviously, is someone who plans each individual chapter about what it will be, what will happen, sometimes what they say. A pantser, sorry, I may have got the words mixed up as I just said. A pantser is someone who will just write, and they have no idea what the heck's gonna happen. They just write. Then, of course, there's the plotzer, the person who is in between. I know that, well, now I don't, because it just slowly took a turn. But I knew the beginning, middle, and end of my book. I don't know the in between stuff. So, yeah, and it was just really weird. But I kind of like being a plotzer. So, what are you all? If you all write, that is. Oh, my back hurts. Eh. 1 second. Uh, okay, Bookbuster. Portal Fantasy? Do you mean the game Portal? I love that game. Ugh. 1 second, guys. I'll turn off. Okay, I was gonna type something in the chat. What was I gonna type? I had it in my head, but, then I forgot. My mind is not working, guys. Ugh. Let me check. Nope. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I know I said that I'm going to read the first 2 pages of my book. Do you all want me to? It is now 6:26. I may end it a little bit early, I don't know yet. It just depends. Let me check something real quick. My back hurts so bad. I think there was another cat. Okay, so I think hmm. I'm trying to think. My computer's taking forever. So I think I'm gonna might sound a little bit weird, but I think I'm just gonna for uh hold on. I was going to do this in a video. I might still do it. Hold on. But there are some quotes that I love looking at when I am in a writing slump. So one of them to if you're all having writer's block or just just being very productive in the writing in the writing aspect, here are some quotes that I love. One of them being sorry, my mind is blanking, like 5 different things on my mind right now. It is write what should not be forgotten. That has to be like one of my favorite quotes, I think. Another one is if you don't see the book you want, if you don't see the book you want on the shelf, write it. I love that one too. That is like amazing. And another one, it's not exactly a writing quote, but it's quotes that will kind of make you feel good and just kind of helps you, inspire you. Is uh, from The Amazing Spider-Man. As you all know, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So, but it is Uncle Ben talking to Peter. So I'm just gonna exclude when he says son. So I'm just gonna exclude that. But he says, I just wrote this today. Oh my gosh, on my Twitter. It says, if anyone is destined for greatness, it is you. You owe the world your gifts. You just have to figure out how to use them. I love that. They make like awesome quotes that fits to everything. There's another one. There's another quote from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that is a little long, but I love it. Might be just because I love the storyline of said movie, but um, but it is from Gwen Stacy. You all know if you don't know who Gwen Stacy is. Oh my gosh. How probably should have asked this before going 30 minutes into the live stream, guys. How is the audio? Is it okay? I wanna make sure. Um, but she said in the movie, hold on. The beginning is kind of weird, but if I don't say it, it doesn't really make sense to everything, to the whole quote. Um, uh, um, time is luck, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Make yours count for something. Fight for what matters to you, no matter what. Because even if we fall short, what better way is there to live? I love that quote from that movie. I love the movie. It's sad, but I love the movie. But oh, I got rid of that. Dang it! I clicked too many times. And the scariest moment is always just before you start. Stephen King. If you don't like someone's story, write your own. But that's actually a really good quote. A writer is by nature a dreamer. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look, a lot of stuff on here. I think I did pretty well, considering I started out with nothing but a blank paper. Hi guys. Tech problems for a minute. You must learn to be 3 people at once: writer, character, and reader. I actually really like that.
Sorry.
Okay guys, I'm going to read the first 2 pages from my book. Then I think I gotta get off as soon as I open up my book. Yeah, if I could. Okay. Chapter 1. James's point of view. When the love of your life gets murdered, you realize that you want to, at any cost, bring them back. But you can't, no matter how hard you want to. Today I'm sad to say goodbye to my wonderful wife, Megan Lillian Marshall. When we got married... Sorry, I lost my place. Sorry. Oh my gosh, computer. Okay, sorry, I'll just restart. Chapter 1. James's point of view. When the love of your life gets murdered, you realize that you want to, at any cost, bring them back. But you can't, no matter how hard you want to. Today, I'm sad to say goodbye to my wonderful wife, Megan Lillian Marshall. When we first met, I knew she and I would someday get married. I didn't know back then I would be a proud father of 2 beautiful children. I smiled at my 2 kids sitting in the front row next to my brother. I took a deep breath as I continued. Megan was the type of woman that loved her family more than anything. If people were in need, she would be the first one to help. And she also loved God. When we got married, she would read from her Bible every night. After a few weeks, I asked her what her favorite verse was. I looked down at the piece of paper that was on the podium. She simply said, "Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. The Lord himself, is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation." Isaiah 12, verse 2. I looked up and looked at the church filled with the people she and I both love. Megan would have loved seeing everyone together under better circumstances. I tried to fight back the tears. I'd done enough crying then I found out. I will hold her favorite verse with me always. Right now, I'm sad to say goodbye. We all are. But knowing that you, Megan, are up there with the Lord right now brings me some peace. Goodbye, Megan. You'll be in my heart. Always. I love you. During my speech, both of our parents started crying. We all proceeded outdoors for the rest of the ceremony. Both of my children stood next to me. And then I needed to be strong for my daughter, Danny. She was crying in my new suit. I didn't care, though. My son, Jackson, seemed to be a rock. He showed no emotion. I guess everyone grieves in their own way. I looked over and I saw my brother, Stephen. He looked like he'd been crying. I couldn't blame him. He loved Megan almost as much as I do. I continued surveying the crowd of sad faces, and I saw Megan's parents and mine. Her parents were crying. It must be really hard on them, especially since we have no idea why it happened. I thought about how Megan was killed, and it felt surreal. I wish I could go back in time to when the no-life scumbag shot my wife. He was in jail, and that was honestly the safest place for him to be. I probably would have done something again. I was asked to be the one to carry the container of Megan's remains down a ways to the burial spot. As I leaned down to pick it up, I remember when I proposed to her. Megan Johnson, we've known each other for the past 8 years. We've been dating for 4. When I asked you to be my girlfriend, you said yes. And I hope you say yes now. Will you marry me? I opened a jewelry box and tears came to her eyes. Yes. She nodded with tears streaming down her face, and I knew. This is the girl I would spend the rest of my life with. Oh my gosh, guys, I love reading that. I love it. And I didn't even I didn't really plan for it to be like a cliffhanger, but I guess it kind of is. Oh, my back hurts so bad. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Whew. AM Hilton, hey, welcome. It's going great? Good. Ow, my knees popped. Okay, so, ugh, my hair is being crazy. So, how are everyone's WIPs going? I should probably say that if you all want to read the first 5 pages of my book, Keep Her Safe, you can go to lizziemurphy.com. You have to do it on a computer. But you can sign up for my monthly newsletter, and you will get an email with some basic info written all by me. Um, it's not like pre-written by the company who does the program for the newsletter. It is all written by me, and you can read the first 5 pages of my book. And I already. How do I tackle a writer's block? Well, sometimes I will read a. Whoop, not that computer. Sometimes I will read a book. You know, come on YouTube, Nemo? No? Okay. My cat Nemo. You've probably seen him in a couple of vlogs. He was just right there. But anyway, I will sometimes just watch one of my favorite shows. I will basically get my mind off of my WIP. I will watch videos on writing. I will watch videos on, or I will go on Netflix and binge watch Charmed. Sometimes that happens. He's stiffing my computer cord. Hey, buddy. Hey. You know, if you come onto this futon, you're gonna be in YouTube. Come on. Oh, you're coming on YouTube, buddy. This is Nemo. Bye, Nemo. Hey. Hey! Come here. But this is Nemo. He's not in a very good mood right now. Stay up there. Nemo, you're pushing the futon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I find he pushed it down. Yeah, stepping away from from a WFE for a while is pretty good to do. I would do it for if it's really bad, I will normally do it for about a day. And just focus on something else. Like if you have another hobby, or if you do a YouTube, I would focus on that. I would, or if you have a blog, I would do that. Focus on something else instead of your writing. But he's just sitting over there staring at me. He's mean. So yeah. My WIP, I know I said this earlier, but there are some people in here that were not in here. My WIP is about, excuse me, is about, uh, 3,000 words. And yesterday it was on 600 words, and I got to 3,151 words in about an hour and a half. That is the best I've ever done. Like, ever. So, I know I said a funny story about when I wrote my first book, Keep Her Safe, for NaNoWriMo. Is my second NaNoWriMo, but I was more determined that year to do it. So, of course, what happens, except my nephew had to go to the hospital because of an appendicitis. And of course, we're all worried about him. He's fine now. He's fine. Just telling all that now. He's fine. Everything went well. Anyway, no, but it was just, I stayed up all night. Like, I'm not even joking. All night. My entire family did. We were at the hospital all night, moving from one waiting room to another. It's like, hey, you have to stay here. Stay here for like an hour to 2 hours. Okay, stay here. Like, I'm not joking. We got to a hospital at about midnight, and then they transferred us to a kids' hospital. And then we were there. We moved at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. We didn't leave the hospital until about 3 p.m. that next day. So yeah, that was a joyous time, and somehow I still managed to do that year. Woo! So, guys, if you have any questions for me, I'm going to be getting off here in about 11 to 15 minutes. Sorry, doorbell suddenly rang and my dog started barking, so I'm muted it for you all because she has a very, very high pitched yelp. Yelp, that sounds she's in pain. A bark. I honestly don't know. I was just wanting to write something different while I'm waiting for a family member to read Keep Her Safe, to check for errors and everything. Then I can start querying, which I am nervous for. Guys, if you have any tips at all on how to handle entering the query trenches, please tell me. I am dying over here. Like, I am so nervous. It's not even funny. But I honestly don't know what inspired me to write my WIP. I was just wanting to create another world, another story besides Keep Her Safe and Marshall vs. Marshall and my prequel to Keep Her Safe and my fourth book I have in mind. Guys, I have a bunch of books just flung around in my head. I feel like if I don't get parts of them out soon, it's gonna, my head's gonna like explode or something. From my WIP or from Keep Her Safe? I'm hungry. I need some food. I checked my phone earlier. It's like, I wonder if I have any Twitter notifications. At the beginning of the stream, I turned off my notifications. Both. And Keep Her Safe, I would say it would have to be. I can't really pick both. I can't really pick one character from Keep Her Safe. I like writing in both James and Megan point of view and stuff. Because there's some things in them that I love, and there's some things there's some things James I love writing about, there's some things in Megan I love writing about, and I love getting them two together because I'm a sucker for a sweet romance, so hope I delivered on that part, because, I tried to do that. And as for my current WIP, I think it would have to be right now, even though I'm kind of new to the story. Right now, as it stands, I like writing in Haley. What's her last name? I have sticky notes on the wall. Haley Morgan. If I can read that right, because my eyesight's bad and I can't read it from here. I think I can make it an M. So yeah, Haley Morgan. She's my main character in my WIP. So yeah, and I love writing her as of right now because I'm only 3,000 words into the, into the story. So AM, if you don't mind me calling you that, or something else you want me to call you, what inspired you to write your WIP? I like to like fumble with my hands when I'm just doing stuff like this. I'm glad I don't do it on YouTube. Because, like, I talk with my hands a lot. I'm just gonna say something. I was gonna say something, but I forget now. Next time I do this, I'm going to hopefully have it up to where it'll show the chat feed. You were, she says, I was inspired by my love of sci-fi. Yeah. That's a good, that's a good reason. Well, I can't wait to read it. Do you all have any more questions? I see that I have 5 people in here right now. Ugh, I'm so hot right now because I have my studio lights and it's like 2 feet from me. Probably shouldn't stare right at them, that kind of hurt. But like, like 2 feet from me, I'm really hot right now because they're burning up. On here, on my PC, my face looks so white because of the because of the lights. But because I have it up on my computer as well, so I can make sure I can see everything. And now what? You want up here, but fine then. Now my other cat and Boa didn't want to come up here. I feel like I'm so awkward tonight because I mean it's my first YouTube live stream, so I'm just kind of and I'm not doing anything. Like I'm not playing. I'm not playing video games or anything like I've seen some people do. What is my writing process? I've never been asked this question. Thank you. Give me a second. Can you be more specific on but how I go to write my book, or it's what is my process to actually just sitting, right now, what do I do when I want to go back to the book? Because right now it's 2,000 words. Again, I feel like I'm awkward because one, I normally script my my book, my book. I normally script my videos. I have been as of late, and I love doing it because it is less time for me to ramble on, and I have that ability to just ramble on a lot. So I try to not do that. Do I keep a daily schedule? Yes, I do. I have a daily schedule. I don't know if this is actually what you mean, but normally I do school, and then I am normally done around 2 to 3. I am homeschooled, for those of you who don't know, so I do school at my own pace. But yeah, anyway, then after I'm done with school, I normally kind of goof around on my computer for a little bit. I sometimes play video games, but then I will, if I'm in the mood to write, I will write, or sometimes I will edit a video, or record a video, or like I sometimes do, I actually wrote Sunday's blog post 2 days ago, and I have it scheduled to post. But yeah, and that's basically my daily schedule, and everything kind of changes. But every Sunday I have to do stuff. I have to do things at church. I actually just started a internship today at my church, so kind of fun. Get to edit. I get to record and edit videos. So how do I set my character names? Well, I'll go keep her safe, so I'll do my current WIP. James, Megan, Danny, Jackson, Steven, and Jacob. Oh my gosh. So yeah, James, I think it kind of, I actually had help with my family, with those. I'm not really good at coming up with names. I always have to have a family member helping me because my mom and my sister are writers as well. They just aren't, I guess you could say, hardcore like I am. But that sounds kind of wrong to say. Um, so, but yeah, my family helped me out with those, and but for Haley, Derek, I have to look at my sticky notes for the names. Haley, Derek, Tommy, Emily, and Clayton. There we go. I actually looked up names online, and I kind of gave some of the names to my mom, and she said, "No, how about this last name?" So we got like an hour later, have all these names, and she said, "Do you know anything different? Like, do you know anything like kind of like in common with those names, like familiar?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" I read them and I said them aloud to her, and she said, "Criminal Minds." I'm like, Haley Morgan, Haley, Derek, uh, Emily Spencer. It's like, oh my gosh, we've been watching too much Criminal Minds lately, so as you all can probably tell. But yeah, I normally have my family members help me out with names because I'm not very good. But what's actually funny is that Danny has the same middle name as me, and her brother Jackson has the same middle name as my brother. So it's actually really cool. How important is your family to your writing? Can you be more specific on that? Like, do I seek their in like their input and insight, and I think that's the same thing. I don't know, but yeah. But if you mean it like, but I don't know what you mean by that. But if you mean it by what I just said, I seek their, in some ways, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, they give me input all the time. I will. Actually, my mom is the one reading my book and checking it for errors and everything. And then hopefully I'm going to get my sister to read it. Just to read it, not try to edit anything as she goes along, just to read it and see what she thinks. But yeah, I mean, and my family, I guess maybe it was on like a subconscious level, but I read Keep Her Safe, and it's just how the family is, how James, Megan, Danny, and Jack is, I guess on a subconscious level, it's a little bit like my family, because we're all sarcastic to each other, and in the book they're sarcastic. Not as bad as my family and I are, but they are sarcastic to like a little bit, especially in the second book. But back to your other question. Oh, I'm burning it. What is your writing process? Basically, they I read "they" right when I said it. So basically, if I have an idea, I will, like, the stalker book. It's like, okay, I know I want it to be a male stalking a girl. Okay, so that was like the key. That was like like in my head. I have it like in tiers, I guess you could say. So okay, the bottom is him, is a guy stalking a girl. Okay, build from that. And so then it's okay. So it's gonna be about the main character's best friend being stalked. Okay, so then but then the main character's boyfriend was gonna cheat on her. And like, okay, great. So there's okay, now the brothers now the boyfriend who cheated brother is gonna be a stalker to the main character's best friend. So okay, yeah. So I was like, okay, so then now that's when you start brainstorming where it's gonna take place, names, and then you just start building from there. Like that is how I do it. For Keep Her Safe, I didn't do any research because honestly I don't know if I could look things up about gene testing and actually get the results that I am looking for. If that makes any sense. Because it's gene testing and he's looking for a specific gene type. So I am just going by what I think would be alright, and I've asked my family multiple times about, okay, hey, so like there's one time where I asked my brother, hey, because like randomly just through a text one night, we hadn't talked about a couple days. So then I said, I just randomly sent a text saying, oh hey, so kind of weird question, research for my book here. Then I went down to his waist and said, can you put a gun in between your belt and your pants? No holster. Finally he came back with, yes you can. It's like, okay, yay. So yeah, and then so yeah, my family helps me out a lot. I mean, my mom helped me get my website up. My sisters helped me get my Twitter. She actually created the uh the mm, the background, the cover photo. There we go. The cover photo for my website, my YouTube, my Twitter, my Facebook. She created all. She created all of those for me randomly. One day, she just said, "Oh hey, uh, how many days a week do you want to post videos on your YouTube?" And back then, I said Monday and Wednesday, and she said, "Okay, great." And then she randomly sent me an email like 30 minutes later saying, "Oh hey, here you go, boom," and it looked really good. Um, do y'all have any more questions? I have this one song stuck in my head. It's not going. I'm in love. I'm in sing. I'm gonna do whatever you ask of me. To get the song out of my head. It's getting annoying. Oh my gosh. There we go. I can't. I don't know the name. Um, if you just sing lyrics into your phone, like I know that you could say, what song is this, and then would it help you to sing in it? I'm gonna mute it because I don't want people to hear me singing. Because I'm not a good singer. Hold on. it didn't. She said, I can't seem to recognize that this song. It's oh gosh.
God Help Me by Plum.
God Help Me by Plum. I love that song. It is an amazing song. To play it on a radio station. I'm putting my hair up. I am burning up here. Because it's mirrored, I'm staring at myself. Because it's mirrored, it's all weird for me. So here, I think, is my part, but really my part's here. Ooh, there we go. I feel better now. So, do y'all have any more questions for me before I get off here? I can say about 5 more minutes. Help me to love, God help me to see, help me to do whatever you would ask of me. And I only have that one part of the song stuck in my head. It is so annoying. Ugh. So, do you all play any instruments? I've been playing drums for 10 years. Oh, I like this one. New writers or just writers in general? Because new writers, they don't really, they don't really understand it all. So, you gotta pick what you give them advice about. Of course, I misses one little part here. Okay, for young writers, I would say that it's gonna be hard for you to get started, especially especially since you're new to this. But if you really want to be a writer, you just keep pushing forward. As they say in Eat the Robinsons, keep moving forward. It's like the catchphrase for the dad. If y'all have seen that movie, it's like the catchphrase for the dad. Oh my gosh, it's on Netflix now. If you want to go watch it, I watched it not too long ago. Anyway, but your writing to you is going to be cruddy. So, but just that's where editing comes in. That's where the second part of this whole writer journey. You just gotta keep going, keep pushing yourself to do it. You're gonna want to stop. You're gonna want to, life may get in the way. Who cares? But just keep writing, and eventually you will get published if that is what you decide to do. For new, like, sorry, not new, for like just writers in general, there are two quotes that I really, really love. I cannot remember the names of the I cannot remember the names of the people who said these quotes, but one is write what should not be forgotten, and I absolutely love that quote. It is amazing. And another one is if you don't see the book you want on the shelf, write it. And I just think that is amazing. And very, at least I do. I compare myself and my work to other authors that I love. I love their work. But I compare myself to them and their work, and I shouldn't do that. And you shouldn't either if you do. I'm trying to get myself to stop. Because, I compare, it's like there was one time when I was editing my book, and I was like, this is stupid. My book is totally stupid. I should, like, I was this close to just throwing it away and who cares. But then, I don't know, it's just something in me, I guess. Just something in me.
It's after 7.
Like something in me just told me, no, don't throw it away, keep going. And then I opened up a book. I don't remember what book it was. I think it was like one of my favorites, either Tiger's Curse or Hunger Games. I can't remember, but I opened it and I read it, and I'm like, then I went back to my book, and I'm like, my book is and can be like the books that I love. As long as you work hard at it, you'll get there. There's one thing I can't remember where I heard it, but and I forget where I saw it. I forget who said it, but it said that if you let rejection and negative people basically make you stop doing what you love, then you didn't want to do it in the first place. Because if you really want to do it, you would look past all that. You would look past all the negative stuff, all the negative stuff that people are saying about your work, all the rejections that the agents are giving you, and you will keep going because you want to get your book published. You want people to enjoy your book. You want people to read it. And about the query trenches. That's a tongue twister there. I forget who said it. I think it might have been Kim Chance, but could be wrong. But it said, a no is one step closer to a yes, and I love that. So no matter how many rejections you get, you're getting closer to an agent saying, "Can I represent you in your book?" So, anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I feel like it was awkward through some of it because I was so nervous doing it. And I wasn't getting many people asking me anything, and and it was just, and it's like, okay, but I will be doing another live stream on this same day, um, on February 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be doing it once every 2 weeks. If you all want to read the first 5 pages of my book, Keep Her Safe, go to lizziemurphy.com. You have to be on a computer. And you can subscribe to my monthly newsletter, and you will receive the first 5 pages of my book. And I've had one person tell me it is really good. And like, ah! So, yay. Please like and follow me on my social media sites, and subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up to support my channel, and I hope to talk to you all on February 8th, and I'll see you all in my next video. Announcement! I will start doing WIP diaries every Friday. So I hope you all can watch that. And my blog post on how to actually make a newsletter, an email using MailPoet 3 on a WordPress website. I have pictures on there and everything. That's going to go up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so you all can go on my website and check that out. And guess that's it. Hope you all have a great I hope you all have a great night. I hope you all can watch me next time. And again, if you all have any questions for me, please private message me on Twitter, or you can email me at lizziemurphy251@gmail.com, and I'll answer within an hour or two. Anyway, I hope you all have a good night. I'll catch you all next time. Bye, everybody!